This episode might be a little triggering for those, but that is not my intention. I'm not here to trigger, I'm here to educate. So, what I have found in my work of helping a transformation, whether that is through financial, relationship, whether that's through fitness or health, I have found that a common thing that is being missed within the therapy or the self development realm is this thing called protection mechanism. Or you might hear it coping strategy, either one of those. So, what that basically means is that when we go through a course of therapy or self development and they have all the tools, except if they're missing that one component on the protection mechanism or the coping strategy, that what ends up happening is that we will feel a disconnect and we will feel further and further away from wanting to go back to therapy. Basically, we can't seem to get over the bridge to really feel the enlightenment on the other side. So I'll give you an example what I mean by this. A coping mechanism is something that is created when we're younger that's used as more of a protection or a way to really protect us. And it served its purpose. But the longer that it continues to protect everything in our life, the further we're going to find ourselves further and further away from our true success, whether that's in relationships, money, health, whatever it is. And so with a protection mechanism, what happens is it can be almost that part of you that has this level of hope that like a self-development or a therapy course can give you, where it's like, yes, just have hope again. And then you go out there and you sign up for that thing and you're like, yes, hope, this trust, this thing of I'm gonna be able to break through. And then all of a sudden, when you find that protection mechanism hits, and if they don't have the resources for it, what you're gonna find is back to square one. And then this thing called hope or trust, or there's this other enlightenment path, it makes you feel like ready to give up because there's been so many attempts on trying to come over to the other side, but yet this protection mechanism is the resistance to get you there. And so some therapists and some self-development have an understanding of the protection mechanism or the coping strategy. So not all are missing this. So if you are with a therapist and you're able to find the enlightenment on the other side, then perfect. They're able to get you there. But I'm speaking to those that feel almost let down by self-development or therapy, and you just can't seem to really hit the nudge on that. So I'm going to give you a couple more examples of what a protection mechanism is. I'm going to give you an example of what mine is and a few other of what my clients are and how we were able to shift out of that. So a protection mechanism, I'll give you an example, is for me was a deep fear of connection. I felt the more that I connect, the more that I'm going to feel lost in my life. So there was almost this protection mechanism of if I didn't have full love or the deepest love, then I don't really want to commit because then if I commit, then I will end up losing. And so what I did as this protection mechanism is anytime a situation came up that I could be honest and speak to my significant other of saying, hey, let's work on that thing. Instead, I would never tell him. And I would develop this little list in my head and think of, well, you're not perfect for me because you do this. Or, oh, you did that, so you're not really perfect for me. Or, oh, you did that. So if you ever left me, I would tell myself, you're not really my one. You're not my soulmate, really. So you can clearly see that the more the protection mechanism exists, the more that it kept me from real deep, true connection, a lasting soul-driven safety, love between the two. I was always what's called 1 foot out the door. Again, that's a protection mechanism. Now, where did that come from? Earlier in my childhood, it was formed in order to get me through something that was really difficult, really hard, and I needed it then. It protected me then. It did exactly what it needed to do. But the longer I keep it as an overboard of my entire life, it's going to make me feel further and further from all the different things of success that I want to accomplish. So, does that mean to remove the protection mechanism? And when people want to remove your protection mechanism, you're going to naturally feel defensive. So I'm going to let you know right now, you never want to remove a protection mechanism, but instead of having it as always, you want to put it as temporarily for that thing that it really needs to keep you safe with. So if you're wondering what that coping strategy or protection mechanism that you might have that's really holding you back from living that fulfilled, purposeful, successful version of you in your life, then go ahead and comment down below. Let me know so that way I can come out and support you if you feel like you haven't had the tools yet in order to get to the other side. But especially for those that feel like you've lost hope in the self-development space or therapy space or whatever is healing journey, I want you to know that it's not about going backwards. It's not about feeling the pain anymore. That's the root of the tree that you've been able to build. Your level of strength and who you are today, you don't have to go back and dig through that. The real part of healing is actually to see the top of the tree. It's to get to the other side to see what you've endured and the strength that you have now. That's the depths of your roots that you're able to see higher and to really honestly be an impact to so many in your life because you have the experience, the relatability. I wouldn't be in my shoes right now if I had an easy life. So I truly believe that there are big trees that are out there that are just need tools to get out of the darkness and come into the light and really see their potential. So my only advice to you is don't lose hope. I know it's hard and I know it's scary and I know change is scary, but I promise you, when you recognize it's so much easier than what you're doing, if you knew really what it was, you would run faster in that direction. Take it from me, don't waste any more time to live that version of you that you know deep inside that you were meant to live. So find that link down below to jump on that masterclass so that we can continue to work on that version of you that's meant to shine. See you soon. The character you have developed will eventually be put into action to become the essence of who you really are. And for some of you, that moment is in the future, and for others, that moment is today. You can rise to that moment, and I have a free masterclass that's going to show you the 5 steps to the Align method that's going to walk you through stuck, anxiety, and stress over into your full alignment, your potential, and full freedom. It's a wonderful masterclass. I'm excited for you to be a part of it. Go ahead and click the link down below to get to learn more.